Hey guys, first time I've done a video like this in a while, huh? Today I wanted to just give you a flip through of my October daily from 2018. This is the first October daily album I ever did, and I just never got a chance to do videos on it, so I thought I would do a flip through for you now leading into October of 2019. As you can see, it got a little chunky, little chunky. As you can probably tell, I made it myself. I didn't want to purchase a pre-made album for it. I just kind of wanted to do it on the fly. So prior to being chunky as heck, it was about 6 by 8 or so. I made the covers from the chipboard backs of those notepad type paper pads that were at Dollar Tree last year. There was one with a monkey on the front that said "Let's hang out" or something like that. I think there's one with a pineapple on it, and there was another one as well. And they had it was like note paper, but it had like patterns and stuff on it. I know the monkey one had like leaves. I think it had giraffes or something. I took the back of those pads and used them for the covers because they were pretty sturdy chipboard. The cover, I believe the paper I used was from the Apothecary Emporium by Echo Park, from one of those collection kits that I have that I'm trying to finish off. It was a 12 by 12 page, and I just put the primary design on the front here, and I inked around the edges. I attempted to keep this insanity held together with this Spider-Man ribbon, and I just put these two charms that I got in that Michael's Mixed Media kit that I got on clearance, I think 2 years ago. I didn't really know what to do with them, so I stuck them on the ribbon that's on the front of the album. So this should be interesting to show you since the angles are all weird because of how chunky it is. Again, I used paper from that Echo Park collection on the inside, and I forget where this paper came from. But I made pockets, and I think I had stuff in the pockets while I was working on the album, but I ended up not putting stuff in the pockets after the fact, but that's alright. So my October daily actually started in September, which is why this little cover page says "But first September," because there were a few things right at the end of September that I wanted to document. So I don't know how well you can see the cover page because of everything behind it, but it's spiderweb acetate from Tim Holtz's paper collection last year. I used some adhesive trim that I got at Michael's on clearance, and some Can Company stickers, and then this is a little tab that came in Bella Boulevard collection, I believe. It says Traditions. Flipping into September here, this was September 28th, and this was when I got basically all of my Halloween stuff that I picked up last year on like deep clearance, because right at the end of the month they had a coupon that, see, I can't remember what it was. I think it was, judging by the receipt, I think it was 20% off of your entire purchase or something, and the Halloween stuff was already on for 50% off at that point. And I had called ahead and asked, does that include the Halloween stuff that's on sale already? And they said yes. So basically I got all the Halloween stuff I wanted for 70% off when you factor in the coupon. So I was very excited about that. So that is what I documented, was the fact that I got everything that I wanted to pick up pretty much for Halloween. I don't even think I went back to get Halloween clearance because it was the same price and a better selection. So I picked that stuff up for deep clearance, and I was really excited about it. The following day, September 29th, was Nuit Blanche. That is the one-night art exhibit installation thing that happens in Toronto. It's a fun experience, and usually there is transit running super late, because it runs from like basically 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. the event. So transit to get back to Mississauga from Toronto runs pretty late, so you can stay for a significant period of time. So I just put the front of the flyer that tells you all the exhibits on this page here, and then I had this random bag in my stash. I decided to use it. In this pocket is this photo, and it looks and feels dusty, but it's not. It's just the paper is printed on. It's the same photo on both. The exhibit included stacks of crumpled photographs strategically placed on the ground, along with first-person accounts of people who escaped to Toronto via the Underground Railroad. The artist encouraged viewers to take on one of the photographs. So that is what I did. I can't really remember what the photographs had to do with escaping to Toronto on the Underground Railroad. I think it was explained in context at the exhibit, but that's the one thing about Nuit Blanche, is a lot of the exhibits are like, you know, interpretive art. And sometimes you'll look at it and you'll just be like, okay. But I've seen some cool things down there too. It's always kind of a crapshoot. And then again, I just have the map, and I have stuff that I have circled or crossed off. Basically, it's easier to keep track of what you've already seen if you like keep track on the map. So this is the area of downtown that I ended up seeing the most in, so I just put that part from the map in there. And then I made a little flip out. I think that's part of why this is so chunky, is this waterfall. I don't know how much of it's going to show on camera. Again, this is from the flyer. And then let's just do this. This is some photos. This was an exhibit, but it was also food trucks and stuff. And I don't even remember what food this was, but it says they're like meat donuts. And I thought that was hilarious and disturbing at the same time, so I took a picture. And the pictures that I use in the album will probably be done the same way this coming year. Basically, I don't have any money to send out for photographic prints, and I don't have a photo printer at home. So basically, I just printed on cardstock as best quality as I could. My printer kind of sucks. I have yet to figure out how to make it print well. So yeah, I said here, a food court of dumplings for marginalized communities, or something. Or as I heard someone say, they're dumplings but pretentious. I don't know what the food court, like, it didn't even, when you read the description here, it still didn't make any sense. And then this photo here, this was a bus that was cutting off, because what they've done is they've closed off like various streets in the city, right? So it's like it's supposed to be like a street fair, so you can walk on the actual roads. And so they've cut certain parts of the streets off, other streets are still open. So in one of these roads, or where all these roads are blocked off, they had buses and dump trucks. And as I wrote, it's their terrorist attack barrier, because that's the world we live in now. And this was the same year as the van attack that happened downtown, so I don't think they'd ever had those before. They've always had like barriers of some sort, but this was the first year that I've seen an event downtown that was blocked off by public transit vehicles and dump trucks to try and stop crazy people from killing people. So, you know, that's great. That's, yeah. Anyways. And then we have more photos here. These are the photographs and the stories that were on the ground from the photo that I have in the envelope. This is the exhibit the photo in the envelope is from. And then more there. I believe that's more of it there. Yeah, it is. It's more photographs. And then I have another little bit of the flyer here. And then I'll show you the photo up top in a second. So actually, no, I should show you the photo first, because I believe this was also part of that same exhibit. They were like these big projected photographs of random artifacts. I think they had to do with the Underground Railroad as well, but I also feel like it had something to do with indigenous people. Sometimes they have two exhibits in the same spot, and it's really hard to tell which is which, so this might have been the other part. I don't know. I just thought it was a cool photo. This was an exhibit. It was really cool, but it was also really hard to understand. What I wrote down was, this was an exhibit that stretched halfway around Nathan Phillips Square, which is a big city center square area. They have events there and stuff. It's by City Hall. I thought it had something to do with war, because it looks like those camouflage fabrics that they use, like for things to put up with tents or whatever. Again, it probably makes more sense if you've seen it, but I thought it had something to do with war, but it's actually patchwork of used jute bags from markets in Ghana. And I don't really remember what the reasoning was, but it was huge. It was tall. I was taking pictures of people's shadows, because it was kind of cool to look at. You can kind of see in this photo how tall it was. Like, it was really freaking tall. And, like, there were people's shadows were being projected on it because there was lights shining on them. I cannot remember what the purpose was. I just remembered that they were all hand stitched together, so I don't even know how many years it took the artist to make this. Did I write anything else down? I don't think so, but there's some more photos there. Again, if I had a good photo printer, these photos would be easier to look at, but I think that's the last page. Yeah, I think it had something to do with sustainability, or I don't remember now. But it was cool to look at, as much as it didn't really make any sense to me. And I think that's the end. Yes. And then I also follow prompts over the course of the month. I'll be doing that this year as well, because sometimes you don't have anything to put in your album about a certain day. So if you want to have something for every day, you can look at prompts. And that's what I did for September 30th. It was favorite fall tradition, and mine is celebrating Halloween all October long. So that's what I did. And then again, I have another cover page that probably won't show up well on camera because it's the same acetate, but it says Hello October. And then I have a little journaling card here that I stuck prompts on. These are the ones that Serena B came up with. She's actually the one who essentially, like, invented October Daily sort of thing, or at least made it mainstream. And these are the prompts that she initially came up with, so I just put those on one side of the card. And then, oh, there's two cards I forgot. And then some other prompts as well. I think I started with this one and then I found these prompts. So again, I just put them on a doodling card, stuff them in here. And then for October 1st, there's going to be some Pokemon Go content in here because something I do a lot. And I got my first Deoxys raid, which is there's a thing called the EX raids, and they're invite only. So this is the invite, and that's the Pokemon that you battle. And it was one of the first ones of this particular raid boss ever, because that was the first day that they were available, so that was pretty cool. On this page we have October 2nd. It's this screen cap of Maraline's video of my pocket letter that I sent to her, because that was the video she posted that day, and she really liked it, and I was really happy that she really liked it, so I just put that. This one, it took me a second to find the date. I used the Tim Holtz journaling card and just circled October 3rd. My fall pocket letter from Lynn M had arrived, and some of these items in here are actually from that pocket letter. This leaf and this acorn, as well as this punched out circle, and this circle and the paperclip and these buttons and stuff all came in the pocket letter, so I just put them on the page, as well as a photograph I took of the pocket letter. So that was very nice to receive. This is October 4th. I was sick, and I was excited that I felt less like a zombie, so zombie theme. And then October 5th was the first fall colors that I had seen, and I put boo, I mean yay, it's so pretty, and it's cold enough for fall colors, yay. So this ended up being a multi-page entry, the 7 Deadly Sins of Crafting. I did that video, I think, I posted it on Halloween, but I think that it was Sabrina Ann, and Danny from Pop Fizz Paper. They posted their collab video about this, I think, on the 6th, and so I decided to do an entry of all my answers. You can go watch the video, I'm not going to read them all out to you. But I just decided to make an entry about it, and because there were 7 questions, it took a little longer to do. But yeah, this is the first page of it. And then it took 3 pages I thought I took 4, but that's the second part. But then also on October 6th, Scott Wilson, the actor who played Hershel Greene on The Walking Dead, passed away, and it seemed to be quite sudden when he passed away. It was very sad. The Walking Dead community was very sad about it, so I just commemorated it there. And then also I had picked up a Walking Dead, I don't think I picked it up in October, I can't remember now. But I found mystery, like Funko Pop mini boxes at Walmart, which, at least in my area, I never see those in Walmart. So I picked one up. I would have picked up more than one, but they were expensive. So I got one, and I thought the box was cool, so I put the box in there. And the other side of the box obviously is here. I made the page out of it. And October 7th was when Walking Dead came back. And I put please don't suck, because season 8 pretty much sucked. Season 9 was much better, but it's still not the same show that it used to be, so that's unfortunate. And then I made a rosette and put it there. And then I attempted here to make this monstrosity of a shaker page. It didn't really work. It doesn't even really shake, but I put some, what's the word, the pocket sleeves that we use to make for pocket letters. I put some inside this clear treat bag that I found at Dollar Tree. I thought I would make a cool shaker, and it still might make a cool shaker. I just didn't do it right. But yeah, that was what this was an attempt at, and it didn't really work. As you can see, it's not shaking. Didn't really work. But I tried. And then on October 8th, I was out for a walk in the evening, and it was very, very spooky looking. There was a lot of fog, and it was making things look really spooky, so I took some pictures and put weird spooky filters on them. And then, yes, that was what I did for the 8th. And then day 9, the weather, it was 28 degrees, feeling like 38, which is summer, like peak summer weather, so that was weird. So I documented that. And then I also mailed out a tag flip that I made for a swap. On the 10th, I just used a prompt, which was something orange, and I made a primarily orange page. And then October 11th, I went to Scrapfest. I posted a big haul of all the stuff I purchased there. Unfortunately, I will not be attending because I am poor AF, and I'm so sad. I really hoped I would be employed by now and I could go I look forward to it all year, and I'm very sad. So that just means I need to get a job and then spend twice as much money next year. But I was really excited to go, so I documented it. This is part of the flyer. It just has the dates on it. And then I just put the vendor names here on this side. What is happening? Oh, there's something here. That's why this flips out. Duh. That's just the ticket printed out. And then that's the map of the scrapbooking stuff that's there. Because it's actually, Scrapfest is part of it, but it's part of Creative Festival, as you can probably see there, which has other stuff in it as well. If you're just going for the shopping, you just buy a Creative Festival admission, and you can shop at the vendors. And then if you wanted to go to the classroom and do actual, like, crops and stuff, it's like a whole weekend thing. You have to register for Scrapfest, but I just go for the shopping. But I'm not going this year because I'm broke. And then, of course, my STT sampler kit came that day too, so I just put the card from it in there. And then I just made a little flip of this flyer sort of thing from Two Scrapbook Friends, which is one of the vendors there. Just to add it in. I have a little belly band here with more stuff that I picked up from various vendors. We have business card, receipt. I'm not sure why I put a receipt in there, but it's more business cards, and I have receipts too. Some of them, I guess, gave me receipts and things like that, so I just shoved them all in there in the belly band. October 12th, I was screwing around with the Facebook Messenger filters. I have a friend that sends me pictures and videos of herself with the filters a lot. So I was trying to send one back, and I found this thing, and I didn't understand why that existed, so I made a weird face. And then after I took the picture, I ran it through like a glam filter, and I think Snapseed, which is an app you can use for photo editing, and it made it like 100 times worse because it like made my lips really bright and my cheeks are really bright. And so that became my profile picture, and as of right now, it's still my profile picture. I don't change my profile picture on Facebook a lot, clearly. On the 13th, I just reorganized my crafting stash of the Halloween stuff I had pulled out for the month, so I just documented that. On the 14th, I finally made some videos. Go me! So I just documented the thumbnails for that. 15th, I actually spelled the name out there. I watched The Exorcist all the way through for the first time. I don't do scary movies. Like, I watch Walking Dead, but that's the only, like, scary horror thing I watch. I watch classic horror movies, like, 30 plus years after they were popular, or after they were out, because that's when they're no longer scary to me, because the special effects are outdated, so it's not as scary. So, I watched The Exorcist. I didn't think it was scary. The opening was boring. I've had people tell me that the version you see on AMC is the sanitized for TV version, so supposedly it's scarier, but I don't know. It wasn't scary to me. And this is another Pokemon Go page. Gen 4. So there's different generations of Pokemon, so they're like in groups. They get dropped in groups, basically, and it's always exciting when a new gen drops, because then it's more things to catch. Gen 5 just recently dropped. But this is when Gen 4 dropped, so I made a little, I guess it's sort of kind of a hidden flip out of just the ones that I caught that day. Because when there's new Pokemon to catch, it's exciting. You can't see that. Not that you care, but yeah. I just made a little flip out there. So on the 17th, I didn't have anything to talk about, so I just did another prompt, which is Hocus Pocus, and I just made a spooky page. Again, the 18th, I didn't have anything to really document. So, again, I believe Wicked Fun may have been a prompt, or I just decided to do that. I'm not sure which, but again, just made spooky. Whee! On the 19th, I picked up some Reese Cups, the Halloween version, like the individually packaged, which are usually an individually packaged Reese Cup. But now, to save themselves money, I suppose, or to make more money, they are now selling the minis. And I was very disappointed, because that's not what I was trying to pick up. I was trying to pick up the individually wrapped full cups, and I'm still not happy about that. On the 20th, I binged Making a Murderer Part 2 all day and all night. It had come out on the 19th, but I didn't have a chance to watch it until then. I went out with some Pokemon Go friends at some point in between binging, and we picked up Krispy Kreme. On the 21st, it was another Pokemon Go event. Once a month, they have a day where a certain Pokemon spawns, and you can get shiny variants, which are different colors. Like, this is a shiny of the Metagross. It's usually a dark steely blue kind of color. And some of them look really good, and you get special moves, and yeah, the Pokemon Go thing. But yeah, so I documented we did that as well, and that was fun. 22nd was election day, yay! This one, for the 23rd, I think this was a prompt, or maybe I just decided to do it. It was candy, and I put some wrappers of candy, and I actually laminated them with those self-laminating sheets first, so that they wouldn't, like, attract bugs or anything. So, that's how I documented that. This is a candy wrapper as well, from Candy from Dollarama. Oh, and this clip here is a little dusty. Oops. I got that in a swap. And I put them on more for this page because it's green, but again, 24th was a prompt, so I just made a pretty page. The 25th, I don't know if you can see that, the ring might be in the way, 25 there. I watched Night of the Living Dead. I found it on YouTube for free. Again, this was something that I thought would be scary, but it was black and white and from, I don't even know how long ago. Wasn't scary, and actually the ending is very sad. Also on the 25th, Walk the Moon's new video dropped for Tiger Teeth, which is a very gorgeous song, and I love Walk the Moon. They're like my favorite band that's not Rush at this point. Rush being my favorite band, obviously, so I just have screen caps from their Instagram, and I just posted them in there. 26th, I watched Dawn of the Dead, because I found that on YouTube as well. Again, not scary. I think that was the last of the Dead movie I watched. I could be wrong. We'll find out in a second. Because they started to get stupid. Because of the Dead movies, the zombies can learn. They start to learn and evolve and talk and no. And actually for this one, this is a Tim Holtz paper. And I just made another rosette there. And then this actually is just adhesive place that I had in my stash that I just inked up with, I think it was vintage photo ink. And now we're getting back into chunky. The 27th, I was supposed to be going to a haunted house with some friends. And it was actually supposed to be a wheelchair accessible, or like disability friendly haunted house. Because the one friend I have relies on a wheelchair when she needs to walk for long periods. So we were going to go to this. We were really excited, but it only happens on one night because it's at somebody's house basically, and he gets a permit for like one night. And so if it rains, it gets canceled, and it rained, so it got canceled, and that was really sad. And it made me sad because I wanted to go, and I was excited for my friend who wanted to go, and it didn't happen. So instead, I ended up staying home and watching Friday the 13th for the first time. Again, turned out to not be scary, but when you're a wuss, it takes 20, 30 plus years for you to watch a movie. 28th, again, I think maybe the prompt was skulls or something, so I just made a skull type page. 29th, I started playing with the Halloween filters on Facebook Messenger and made this beautiful picture of myself. And then I made this beautiful picture of myself on the 30th. Can you tell I was running into things to document? Oh, and I also started watching Halloween. I either started watching it or I was going to watch it that day. And I chickened out, as I wrote there, because scary. And then this was just kind of like a filler page with various pieces of ephemera, and I made the page out of these labels, drink label type stickers that were at Dollarama that I bought a lot of, and I'm not sure why, because I don't make decor that uses labels. Anyways, made a page out of that, and then put some ephemera that I liked on there, and then this is my Happy Halloween page on this acetate that was in my stash, and it's all cute, and I love this dog. I bought at least 3 packs of this ephemera because I love this dog so much. It's kind of sad. I bought it just for the dog is so freaking cute. So this was the cover on that mixed media kit that I got. It was like to make a shadow box that was shaped like a haunted house, and then this was like the cardboard on the front. I just thought it looks cool, so I had held onto it for some sort of project and decided to put it in here. Oh, this is all Halloween related, that's why. It's all Halloween. Flip over. See, look how chunky, I can't even flip the page. This was my profile picture for Halloween. Again, using the Messenger filters. Oh yes, and I tried to watch Halloween again. I don't know what's in the frame. I tried to watch it again, and I chickened out again, because, yeah, just the music. I just, nope, not gonna happen, nope. This clip here with the cat was also in a swap that I got in a swap. And this foil paper is from Tim Holtz, and it's very, very pretty. And then again, this is just a Happy Halloween page, because Halloween is awesome, so why not dedicate 85 pages to it? And then that's the back. This is a flocked page from Tim Holtz. Just put something there, and then I do have some stuff in the pockets. They're just like bonus photos that I didn't use. Oh, and I put the paper on upside down. That's why it's the back cover. And then this is just, again, remnants of the paper that I used for the front. So yeah, that's my chunky cover daily from last year. Hope this isn't too long. It probably is, because you know me, I ramble. I will be doing something totally different for October daily this year. So it won't be as long to flip through it to show you, and hopefully I'll do like weekly flip throughs or something, so I don't sit here for 6 hours showing you the whole album afterwards. But yes, that is what my October daily from 2018 looks like. I hope you found it interesting / entertaining, or it just gave you more insight into how weird I am. I'm not sure which. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Please give it a share. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click that little bell in the corner to be notified when I next upload a video. Let me know in the comments if you are doing an October daily this year, or if you've done it before, or if you never even heard of it and are now considering it. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.